Well, hello, faithful, freaking awesome fans of the Real Estate Marketing Show. Welcome to episode 31. I'm hoping that you've listened to episode 30 to find out that we have the lovely Julie Odell and the lovely Deanna Miller from Stark Social Media in with us for part 2. So basically what happened is we loved watching Deanna in action talk about the cool things that we need to embrace as real estate agents, kind of put on top of our minds so you can come to our live training and get serious about social media. And we didn't really spend a whole heck of a lot of time on each subject, just enough to make you go, wow, right? All right, so now I wanted to touch about 4 or 5 other things like we did on the last episode. But first, Julie.
Hi.
How are you?
Happy 31.
Hey. I forgot what I was just going to ask you. I interrupted you while texting. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm trying to go Facebook Live.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. All right. So, Deanna, I wanted to talk to you if this is their first episode. You are a very important, a pivotal part of our marketing. I'm smart.
And our training.
Our training.
And our marketing, because she does.
Right.
She's taught me everything I know.
Aww.
And she's doing most of the social media for a lot of our agents and killing it.
Absolutely. So we have 3 years of social media education that I always want to point out to these agents. We have agents from all over the country, like for real, so even out of the country, Canada, Australia, we have viewers everywhere. So, but I want them to know where to go for our last 3 years of trainings and your continuously awesome training that you guys do every Wednesday and release episodes. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have, with Stark Social, we developed an app to make it easier for everybody to find all of our webinars and podcasts and trainings and everything that we've been doing together. So if you go into the Apple Store or you go to Google Play and you search Stark Social Media, you'll find our app to download it. And we have literally all 3 years, 2015, 2016, 2017, all 3 years of our series. And it's all videos. So you can listen and watch from your mobile device, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone or some other thing. And
Another thing that doesn't matter.
And what other, it doesn't matter because we're all Apple people. But this is really great because it's all on the go and you don't have to worry about tracking it down online anywhere. But of course, if you do need to find it online, you can always ping Mike, Julie, or me, and we can get it to you.
There you go. All right. Well, let's get rolling a little bit. In the last episode, we talked about things that are happening with Facebook Live, Facebook budgets, Facebook retargeting, Facebook blah, blah, blah. We talked about some of the really cool changes, upgrades that LinkedIn has made. Let's talk about a little bit more. I just wanted to touch on a couple things because there are a lot of people that are using Snapchat for their real estate marketing, Instagram, and Twitter and Pinterest. In your mind, you could pick anything out of all those. What do you think? You're like, hey, you know what? By the way, so-and-so just changed this, and now I think agents should be doing that. Because let's face it, agents have to grasp this. It's always changing. It's never going to remain the same. And if you don't do it, you're going to be out of the business. So for 5, 6, 8 years, people have been fighting the social media thing. They can't do it anymore. And what's awesome for me as a broker of 200-plus agents, they're finally getting it. Oh, crap, Mike. We thought this would go away. No, ding-dongs. It doesn't go away. You need to grasp this.
It's not going anywhere.
I mean, that's why all of us are sitting in this room right now is to make sure our social media is on point, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Even our podcast is social media, and we use it tons on social media. So for those of you out there watching, listening, get in on it and pick 2 or 3 things and really focus on it. So I'm glad I just totally stole that from you. Go ahead and talk about what you think's going to be important.
No, you mentioned Snapchat, and those of you who listen to will listen to the podcast that we do, the Social Life podcast. You'll know that I'm not a fan of Snapchat. I just am not. But one of the cool things is if you are a fan of Snapchat, let's say you love it and you use it, they have just opened up new advertising abilities with Snapchat that there's a bunch of different trainings and things that are circulating online. So we'll probably end up doing one eventually, but it's really cool. And it's opening up new opportunities for individuals. So real estate agents. So if you're really into Snapchat or you love it or you want to learn it, take advantage of the opportunity that's being opened up, because up until recently it was for big brands, like big brands could afford it.
No way could you afford that.
And there was no way. So I know that they've opened that up. So I haven't done the training on it yet. I know that I've been sent to, so I'll take a look at it and probably share what I end up getting with you guys. But so yeah, if you're a Snapchatter and you love it and you want to advertise through it, you should take a look and see what they've done, which is really cool.
All right, good. So since I'm not a Snapchat lover, we can move on too.
Good.
But what I am falling in love with that I never thought was possible is Instagram and Instagram Stories, Instagram Live. For real estate agents across the country, this is going absolutely viral. And everybody's using it. It's almost to the point where I see more Instagram Live and Instagram Stories than I see Facebook posts these days.
Which makes me so happy because he bought that one.
I know.
I did fight it.
I
But
know.
now I'm like blown away. I'm like, holy moly. this
Every
is
time I
working.
was planning an Instagram webinar, it was like, all right, just do whatever. I don't get it. That's fine.
And
okay.
then now I'm getting crap, and he's like, "You don't go on your story. You don't post a lot of video on Instagram."
It's a big deal now. I mean, there's tons of views, tons of reaction.
I'm so glad Instagram has found a place in your heart.
Well, they actually upgraded it to where it makes sense to use it now. So,
And I think that it's a great tool because for those of us that have had a tough time with Snapchat, with consistency, with just it's not where my market is, so I have a hard time with it. I have friends who are on it, but everybody that I know and their kids and their, cousins and nephews and uncles are all on Instagram.
yeah.
So it's like everybody's on Instagram.
I mean, swipe up, right?
Yeah.
So here's the fascinating thing for me. These people are making millions of dollars selling off their Shopify sites in the e-com world. I'm watching our clients just make tons of money to the point where now everybody, it seems, is hurrying and scurrying trying to get their websites connected to Instagram. Us as real estate agents, how should we be thinking? How should we be utilizing this? Does Facebook advertising interlink with some of the stories or the swipe ups and all this good stuff? How do you see agents fitting in with this?
Oh, absolutely. So if you're already doing native advertising on Facebook, so you're boosting posts, you're doing ad campaigns, and you haven't connected your Instagram account, you're missing out on a ton of extra eyes. So make sure you do that. And for real estate agents, it's kind of a no-brainer to have your Instagram account be business and personal. It doesn't make sense not to. I mean, you really, really should be. But the other thing that Instagram is doing is they've updated stories now, so you can upload pictures you've already taken to a story and create a story, so you can weave it together. So a lot of people will say like, oh, I don't have anything cool happening. I'm just in the office. I'm not doing anything neat. Well, like curate some pictures, like take some neat pictures and then share them as you go throughout your day. And that all goes to managing your schedule. And we talk about it all the time, is managing your day, managing your schedule. But do that. So, it doesn't look staged, but it looks like you're a fun person that people want to follow. And I like that. Oh.
I was just, you just said that. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Well, and we should actually see who gets more views if it's on Facebook or Instagram now that we've done a live video for Facebook.
So,
Because I think it's Instagram now, especially for the story.
I get a lot of...
So right here, I can add this to my story. The little things like, see, jeez, I didn't even know that. Deanna, thank you for changing my life again.
I'm
All
done
right,
for the
you
day.
guys, this is
Mic drop.
Drops mic. Walks out the
so
room.
you could legitimately go through a house, take a few really good pictures,
Yep.
and say, here's my new listing on 123 Cherry Street. Here's this. You don't have to go live and zoom in on your big, fat, ugly head and not be able to see anything about the house,
Nope.
and it's all shaky and crooked and stupid. So now I see how some of these advertisers are really doing that and
Yep.
and putting a nice story together.
And
Now
they're
it's
doing the
making
cute
sense.
little drawings over it and adding
Right.
some text and squiggles and stickers.
Right.
And
Point at the doghouse,
and-
whatever. Oh, I'm still getting into
and
that.
it's basically what the training was that I attended a couple weeks ago through Instagram, was curating your story. So it's taking the time to develop a story. And we know a lot of people, like, we're using Instagram personally, totally fine, but most of us have business accounts or have a business personal account. And if you really want to make an impact with your story, if it's about your listing, if it's about something cool in the market, your community, you can curate a story, sit down for like 20 minutes and like, I've got these cool pictures and I'm going to curate a really neat story with stickers and look at this pool with the arrow pointing at it. See, that's the
Summer stickers.
there's so many cool
flamingos,
things.
ice cream. I love it.
And the thing is Instagram keeps adding neat stuff to it to make it easy to be creative. And I think that's why people love it so much is it's so much fun.
So is Instagram committed to this little new button here just to show everything that they have coming out? I mean,
Yeah.
that's obviously really cool.
Yeah. So
Gary Vee has 900 people watching live right now, by the way.
yeah,
I
he's
wonder if
amazing.
I wonder if we could pull that off.
I think we could. The other thing with Instagram, though, that's changing is it's been a little awkward, I think, with promoting things directly from the Instagram app. And they have listened to our feedback, and they're going to be rolling out over the next few weeks, the next, I think, 30 days, new, easier ways to promote stuff on the Instagram app. So a lot of times people will post content to Instagram that they don't post to Facebook, and they don't cross-share it. So it's been awkward to target directly on Instagram. So you have an address or maybe you have a location, but they're going to add new really cool ways to view those statistics and target people on Instagram. So you'll be able to soon say like, okay, I want to retarget all the people who viewed my stories in the last 30 days.
Whoa.
Like that's going to be super cool,
Whoa.
especially if you're using stories a lot like someone in the room. That will be good for what you're doing. And that's the thing is like I'm trying to encourage agents, I'm trying to encourage local businesses to take advantage of stories because it's going to be a huge part of the way that we move forward with advertising. So if you're not already doing stories, try and do one a day. Add it to your morning routine. Add it to your afternoon check-ins with, your social media, whatever it is, whatever time of day you're checking Facebook to respond to things or emails or whatever. Just add it to your regular routine, create a story, and take advantage of it.
And that one has been so big for me because you guys we've drilled into everyone's head, top of mind, and, having to post 3 times a day so that you stay higher in the news feed,
Right.
having to post higher so that you stay in the pictures. But with the story, when our agents are they're staying consistent and they're at the front of the story, it's awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it when I'm logging into any of the Instagram accounts that I manage and I see people that I know versus like, who's that person?
Yep.
Who am I following? Who's that lady? But it's so good because then I can see what they're doing and I love it because there are a lot of Home Smart agents who have gotten creative with Instagram. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
So, okay, last thing on Instagram. I don't want to make this an Instagram podcast, but it's so fascinating.
It really is.
All right, so we have our stories at the top. Then we have people that have gone live. So there's 2 different things. And now you have your normal Instagram below.
Yep.
What is your opinions on, do you, Julie, look at the live first? Do you look at the stories first? Do you scroll down first? Do you mix it up?
I mean,
How do we do this?
I'm so OCD, so I have to get through Facebook completely, all the way down to all the news feed that I caught up with yesterday or the night before, and then I'll get into Instagram and I go through the stories first.
Me too.
Finish out all the stories, and then I'll go through my feed to make sure I got down to the bottom again.
Yeah, because I want to see what's new and current. And
Yeah.
with the way that Instagram updated its algorithm for the feed, you're not always getting the most recent stuff.
Yep.
So that's another reason why Stories is so great.
Oh, yeah. I was getting stuff the other day that was way 2 days old, and I was like, I don't want to see that. I want to see what so-and-so
Oh, yeah.
did
I was
today.
like, somebody was like, oh, open house. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to repost that on HomeSmart. And I was like, wait, that was like last weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So, do you think that's going to go away? Do you think is there a way to market that versus the other?
I think the cool thing is
The
that
comments, right? A lot of people go for the comments and the likes that you can see really easily.
people really want the comments and the likes. But if you're going to be promoting through Instagram, you need to make sure that you're keeping your feed updated. So that's why I try and tell people you should at least promote at least 1 post a week on your Instagram to keep yourself rolling through people's feeds.
I'm relevant rolling. I'm a pivotal part. All right, so All right, enough Instagram. Do you have anything to finish on Instagram, Julie?
No, I love Instagram.
Okay, we're gonna somehow, some way, we're gonna break that down into a webinar because I would like to spend a whole hour on that.
Absolutely.
All right, what's new with Pinterest, Twitter? Where are we at? Is Twitter dead? Is Pinterest dead? Real estate agents need these? Do we not? I mean,
I always tell agents when we sit down for our consultation is, especially new agents who are just diving into it, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You start with the Facebook and Instagram, get them all connected and together, and then add your Twitter. Because the great thing about Twitter is that you can reach an entirely different audience with your advertising, because there's still a lot of people who are jumping on Twitter because of how big it is. And how easy it is to access and how mobile friendly. I mean, they just did an update to their app, and their app is like super cool now. But it's also, I know Mike's like, do I have the Twitter app? Hold on. Let me download the Twitter app. But their app is super easy to use. So I like it a lot. But they're also doing a lot of new stuff with advertising. They're trying to be competitive with Facebook. So they've improved their advertising capabilities. They're making it so that it's easy to get followers fast with really simple, sharp ads. So the issue used to be, I can't get followers that fast. There's so many people. Well, if you're willing to spend money without buying the followers, please don't buy followers.
Don't do that.
Please don't do it. It's really, really easy. So they're looking at things like improved targeting. They're looking at ways to lengthen the tweet from 140 characters to potentially more. So they've also opened up their API, so the ability to connect with a lot of different tools to a lot of different places. So if you're using a Buffer or Social Pilot or any of those scheduling tools, Hootsuite, whatever it is that you fancy, because everybody's going to like different things. Whatever you fancy.
Okay,
Oh, thank you. It's really easy to schedule a lot of good content and do it in a really thoughtful way. The other thing is that people were complaining a lot about the fact that Instagram and Twitter don't like each other. It's mostly because of Facebook. So if you haven't heard about that feud and you're really upset that your Instagram shares turn into links, there's tools that Twitter has opened up its API to say, like, well, you can do this and we're okay with it. So there is IFTTT.com, if this then that.com,
Which we did a webinar on.
We did a webinar on it. So you can actually set it up so that anytime you share anything to your Instagram account, you can actually have it share so it's the full image on your Twitter. So there's a lot of really neat things happening with Twitter, and I'm looking forward to, I'm actually taking a training at the end of June through Twitter, so I'm kind of excited to see what new stuff. I've heard they're doing new things with video. They've added Twitter Live. So if you were, Periscope was their tool that they had launched, and people are still using Periscope, but now you can actually go live on Twitter.
I was just going to say, that was something that I noticed the other day.
Yeah, so you can actually go live on Twitter, so you don't have to go to Periscope. You don't have to go to a whole entirely different app. So they're kind of following in Facebook's footsteps with Instagram, with making it easier to do all kinds of cool stuff straight from the app. So I definitely recommend checking it out if you're looking to engage.
Just the new things that I just saw in the last 5 minutes, because I'm not a big tweeter, you know. I actually say, well, dude, yeah, you can go live right there, and you can, you got all your little GIFs and GIFs and easy access to
the
ask
GIFs.
a question, to do the poll right there. That's actually really cool. All right. So real estate agents, tweet or be beat. What else? Anything cool with Buffer? Anything cool with Pinterest?
So one of the things Julie and I talked about, and Pinterest is like embracing the video. Mm-hmm. Pinterest is greatly embracing video. So I am really liking what I'm seeing, because I've had a lot of agents that I've worked with, and if you are an avid pinner because you just love to pin, take advantage of doing your videos, we talked about you can do a Facebook Live video and then you can download it later. You can do that. If you don't know how to do it, you can always ping me. It's fine. But you can do it. You can upload it to YouTube. You can upload it to Pinterest. You can upload it to Twitter. You can upload it everywhere. But what I love is that Pinterest has put out new statistics, and they've basically said that if you're not doing video, you're kind of a silly person.
Yeah.
So pins with video or pins that lead to video are getting 30 to 40% more interaction than just a regular pin. So just image pins just in general. So you want to kind of embrace the fact that there's a variety of different advertising opportunities for you. But they've also started to improve their advertising on the back end. So if you're uploading a really great video, let's say you've got a Matterport video, you've got a great walkthrough, you've got one of those amazing drone videos that just keep getting better and better. You can upload those and put them on Pinterest and then create an ad around it. And what's really great is that it... Yes, just say yes. Then what's really great is then you can turn around and look at those statistics and see how many video views you got. So they're starting to make things a lot easier, and I'm really, really excited about it. They recently did open up their API to if this then that as well, in a way that I've set it up now for some clients who are having a hard time filling their Twitter. So you can actually, anytime you have something that is pinned to Pinterest, you can auto share it to your Twitter. So that's helping you fill up your feed. If you're like, I'm one of these people that tweets maybe every like 3 or 4 days or 3 or 4 weeks, you can do that. And that will keep your Pinterest rolling. You can set it up so that every time you pin, it auto posts to your Facebook. So play around with those things. I know, it's like super exciting.
That's big for me.
So if you're already doing the pinning on your mobile app, like I do when I'm sitting at the doctor's office or I'm like waiting at the coffee shop for an appointment, it's a great way to fill up a feed of some sort. And you just have to just check it out and add it to things because it's really, really cool and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I can actually tell it's working because my shopping has increased on Pinterest. Like,
Oh, dude. Don't even get me started.
so
with
easy
that.
to shop now from there.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing is if you're a real estate agent and you've got beautiful images of your property or you've got, a great video that you did, you want to make sure that you're promoting that as many places
Yep.
as you can. So manage your schedule well.
And they'll pin it because they put it even on their goal board or on something, a house that one day they want to own or they want their house to look like that house. And there's
Absolutely.
so many different opportunities for you to be able to put that on. And we're just going through your Pinterest now.
Yeah, I'm looking at my Pinterest, looking at you guys.
Mike's like, who can I follow? What am I not
He's
following?
going to get in a pinhole pretty quickly, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, man, I just went down one
There was one day where my feed was just Mike picking out shoes.
once every year.
I was like, oh, Mike is getting ready for Christmas. This is his like
Right
wish
now.
list.
Somehow Pinterest turned me back on notifications like a couple months ago. And I'm like, oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Totally like, I'm listing a house for sale, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I like those shoes and this and that. What are you doing? I'm like, totally taking pictures of where I'm going to advertise your house. Okay, so before we get too deep, why don't you pick 2 or 3 things that you think agents should really be focusing on that we haven't talked about yet? Like, if I was a real estate agent today, this is what I would do to create content, to create followers, to be more involved. Is there any special projects you have going on, or or maybe even pet peeves that you're seeing a lot of out there that you need to social media head shake them?
Oh my gosh.
Let's point people
those are
out.
my
Let's
favorite.
actually use their names.
I
Put 'em on blast.
I don't want to put too. It's not even them though. It's not the people individually. It's so I know there's a lot of companies that do the auto posting of like images with the text, and it's like, wouldn't you love this living room to be yours, or what do you like? Which A bathroom or B bathroom? And the funny thing to me is because I am friends with so many real estate agents that when I know who's using what service.
Is that like that?
Let me. Yeah, like that.
Oh, I've been seeing these lately. Going, that is the dumbest thing I've
Because
ever seen.
it's a company that basically like agents will pay them to post images with like engaging content, and the funniest thing to me is that I am friends with so many agents that I know who's using them because I'll see the same 3 pictures in a row.
Well,
Oh, I was just going to say that
'Cause
too.
it's
Yeah.
the same,
Right.
and it's like, oh, do you guys know? And I actually took a screenshot because one of them is a friend of, like a really good personal friend of mine. So I called her out on it, and I was like, "Hey, so your best friend is a social media person, but you're using a little directory," and she was like, "I thought I canceled that."
Oh.
And then she was like, "That's so embarrassing because it's like I know." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "That's really embarrassing," and I was like, "It is because these are all agents who are in your sphere of influence and people you know, and it's the same picture." So if you're using a service like that, I know that you might not always be able to pick out the images, but maybe if you catch them, you can't pick out, I don't know, I know with some you can pay a higher level and you can say like, I want this many images a day, you know, just maybe make sure that they're doing something that's a little more personalized for you, or just take the time to do it yourself, because with tools
Yep.
like Buffer
Yep.
and Social Pilot and Hootsuite and all these different things that are available out there, there's really no excuse why you can't just schedule out a few pictures through the day. That, you know, you can go on free resources like pexels.com and get stock photos that are really cool and really pretty, and like you can just post those and say like, this is a really cool living room, don't you like it? And then you're saving yourself the like $1.99 a month or whatever it is for them to do that and post cookie cutter content for you. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
I love that.
Biggest
I
pet
do too.
peeves.
I love
There was
that.
another app that I'm looking for that you blew my mind with. It was around
Oh.
the pilot one.
Adobe Spark Post
Yeah.
is my
What
new
is
favorite.
that?
Adobe Spark
Adobe
Post.
Spark Post. And
Aren't you glad you're listening to
I
this podcast?
screenshotted it and I sent it to you because it was like it was so big. It was so important.
I'm using it for basically it's an Adobe product. So it's if you're
An app.
It's an
On your
app.
phone.
It's an app on your phone. If you are already using any kind of Adobe product, so if you've downloaded anything and you already have an account, just hook yourself up. I love it because you can create cool little motion videos. You can do templates.
Oh, Andy uses that. Okay.
I'm using it for pretty much 90%
Post video,
of everything.
Post page, post.
It's just the coolest. But what I love about it the most is that you can resize your images. So it's not just for Instagram. You have the ability to change and they call it remix.
There's a bunch of this.
Yeah. So it's this one, Adobe Spark Post. Just.
Eh?
Yep.
Got it. Sorry for you guys.
That's it.
Describe
Sorry.
what it looks like.
Yeah, it's black with a yellow square with little white lines around it.
Yeah. And
But I got hooked. It said the Adobe Spark video, so I was like,
There's
what's
a
that?
bunch of Adobe Spark apps, but this one is
I'm
the place
installing all this shit now.
to start. No, I have them all, and I play with them all the time, and it's a good time suck. But they have templates on here, which are fun to play around with. But like, so if you want to remix any of these, you can actually change the size. So if you want to create a Facebook cover photo, if you want it to be a Pinterest size, if you want it to be Facebook post size, if you want it to be your LinkedIn cover size, like you can adjust it for everything. So it's taking a little bit of time right now.
Cool. All
But
right, since
it
we're
will
on that.
It will adjust to whatever size you need it, and it looks really crisp and cool. And I know a lot of
That's
people
crazy.
love Canva, but I'm off Canva.
Oh,
Sorry.
finally.
Yeah.
Because I
We're over
found
it.
this. So I do still help people figure out how to use Canva if they need to, but Adobe
for
Spark
flyers and
for
such,
for
yeah.
quick flyers. I'm really loving it for like doing PDFs and stuff like
Yep.
that. But for social media posts, it's not creative enough for
Nope.
me. It's not engaging enough. So if I'm on the fly and I need to do something, it's definitely on Adobe Spark Post, or any of their tools. So check out the Adobe stuff, and I love it.
So excited. All right, give me 2 more apps then that are cool right now.
Okay, let's.
Agents are always asking for apps,
see.
so this is good. And then we'll wrap it up.
So I have a lot of agents who have been asking me about, they've shot video, so they're shooting video from their phones. And let's say they're doing outside or something like that, and then they want to add music to it. So I have an app that I have been using a lot called Denoise, Denoise. It's Denoise. It's a green background on the app thing, and then it looks like squiggly lines. Like
What does this thing do?
it basically lets you cut out the noise from your video.
Bah.
So
All
yeah, that's
And
it's
there's a D shake.
and there's D shake. You can
I
buy
have
them.
that one.
You can buy those in a
It
pack
seems like it
all
doesn't do
together
anything.
for like $4.99 or something like that, or $9.99. Let's see, what other app am I using right now religiously?
Marco Polo's getting pretty big too.
I do like Marco Polo. I like Type-O-Matic if you're looking to add text to your videos. If you've got a video, I use denoise to get rid of the noise if there's any background noise that's really horrible and annoying. And then I'll use this app called Type-O-Matic to add text over it. Just if you're doing quick stuff on the fly, I wouldn't say that that's like, this is my professional video of your listing.
No,
I would not do that. But just
yeah.
like a quick, like, oh my gosh, I'm previewing a property. This is really cool. Check it out, guys.
Yep.
Type of stuff.
But is Andy using the quick one for some of the drone commercials?
No.
Oh, I used it for just a fishing time lapse, and it was
I
so
love
easy.
Quick. Quick for time lapse videos is super easy and super fun to
Had
use.
a cool intro, had a cool outro.
Quick,
you
the
could add
GoPro one?
music.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
GoPro one. So it's Quick by GoPro is definitely. Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Yep, that was a big one for me.
Let's see. I'm trying to see.
Why don't I remember time lapse on Quick? All right. So we probably shouldn't all sit here on our phones while everybody's like, what are you guys doing?
We're all just silent, I promise. Let's see here. Yeah, so those are my like super, super favorite ones right now. And then obviously the Stark Social app. But
And I noticed Ripple got 10 times better lately, too.
oh, Ripple is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ripple is a must-have for any real estate agent.
Yeah, if you don't have Ripple on your phone, stop what you're doing and download it.
Stop now. Cool. All right, Deanna. Well, as usual, I want to thank you very much for being so helpful and so
Of course.
pivotal.
He's like not even using the word right anymore.
Right.
Pivotal.
You can't even say it anymore.
Julie blew my mind with it. All right. So, but seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. And for, like Julie said, you guys better come to Deanna's live trainings if you're in Southern California at our offices. She's for hire. She'll come out and do it as long as you're not in my territory. I'll let her. And,
That's true. I have to like tell people no. I'm like,
yeah, no, that's
sorry,
just the way it is.
you can't have me.
I know. I just got a call from Century 21 this morning. They want me to train. I'm like, you're crazy. No. And Julie, thank you for adding so much great content and great idea and enthusiasm and energy. And I look forward to you on episode 32. All right, you guys, as always, share this with agents that you want to last in the business. Rate us super high on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store if you even know what that is. And we appreciate all your love, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the next episodes. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.